And today I'm going to talk about Apple and do a Porter's 5 force analysis on it. The first point I'm going to cover is threats of new entrants. Now the new entrants that are currently a threat to Apple are Samsung and HTC. Now this gives a threat of on-demand online services provided by those companies, which are actually similar to iTunes as well. The last point I'm going to cover is the rivalry, the existing rivalry. The biggest rival of Apple is Windows. Now, Windows OS has a similar media player to Apple. Other programs competing with Mac OS are Ubuntu is one of them, and alternative sources are also provided by also sources of hardware are also provided by other companies such as Dell, HP, and Lenovo.
The next part of Porter's 5 forces is bargaining power of suppliers. Apple is a supplier of goods and services, and suppliers can affect their pricing and costs because of the availability of raw materials, i.e. used for electrical circuits in the phones. Also, labour component in the manufacturing of these items could be affected by such things as minimum wage and labour unions. The next part of the Porter's 5 forces is bargaining power of customers. Since Apple is seen as an innovator, demand for its products is quite high. Buyers find that Apple does have a uniqueness of its products, and their brand make Apple a very profitable company.
Do a SWOT analysis for Apple. First off, we're going to start with the strengths. Apple has very loyal customers. Apple is the leading innovator in the mobile phone device technology market, bringing out constantly new technology. Their brand has a lot of reputation riding on it. It's recognised all over the world, and they have very strong marketing and advertising teams to make sure that their brand is well known around the world. And as a company, they have good financial background. They've got currently no debts, and apparently there is about £10 billion in their bank. Moving on to weaknesses, their products are very highly priced. Their market shares are decreasing over a period of months. In China, there are fake Apple stores. The company is going through numerous management changes since the death of their CEO, Steve Jobs. Moving on to threats, Apple have a lot of competitors like HTC, Samsung, Nokia, BlackBerry, Windows, who are copying them on a lot of their products. There's a lot of rapidly changing technology coming onto the market now, and the growth of the Android market is considerably growing. And lastly, opportunities. They've got a high demand for their iPhone 5 and iPad minis, the growth of tablet and smartphones, strong growth for mobile advertising, and again, with £40 million in the bank, they can afford to buy other companies outright.
I'll be discussing PESTEL for Apple. First of all, there's a political side. Half of the sales for Apple products are in countries other than America, and also production is in other countries as well. So obviously, Apple is subject to political instability in these countries. The economic side is obviously most recently the recession, which started in 2008. So people are obviously feeling the hard end of the stick, so they're not going to be able to buy as many Apple products as Apple would like them to. Social, you've got environmental and health and safety issues. So the major issues are where Apple operates in terms of health and safety and the environment, so they're going to want to keep their effects on both of these as low as possible. So for one example, iPod users face loss of hearing due to music that's too loud. Technological, Apple are leading innovators and in the market, so they're able to have a higher market share than other competitors. Environmental, they're trying to be as sustainable as possible by using materials in their products that are highly recyclable. Okay, the legal side is Apple are having a lot of lawsuits with Samsung over patents, and obviously they're losing a lot of money from this, as are Samsung. And that's it for PESTEL for Apple.